Okay, so hopefully this will be the final video of this series for the YF17. So we did the post processing, and now we run the simulation with OpenFOAM and Fluent, and now let's compare the results. So the post processing will be relatively easy. We will do exactly the same that we did during the post processing. So to remind you, in Paraview and in OpenFOAM, you have all the solutions on the steady, local time stepping, the boundary layer solution, and so on. So just to do the quantitative post-processing, get a solution, solve logs, and compare forces with Fluent, you will see that things are similar. They are not exactly the same, but they are very close. So at this point now, let's compare OpenFOAM Fluent from the qualitative point of view, in Paraview. So for that, already moved. I have my solutions, everything in Windows. Okay, so remember here we have the inviscid solution, here the OpenFOAM inviscid. So let's compare Fluent and OpenFOAM here, and then we have the Viscous solution, and we can compare Viscous inviscid, and we have the GPU stuff and so on. Okay, and also the Viscous solution. I think we have the boundary layer inflation, and hopefully we have it. We'll check later. So let's do the post processing with Paraview. Remember, you can open Fluent files and OpenFOAM files with Paraview, but it's really slow. So I recommend you to convert that to another third-party format. So I like Inside, it's very fast, but BTK will do the trick as well. So now let me go here and let's open cases. So let me open inviscid solution. So remember, you can open that one, but it's very slow. So I prefer to use Inside. Okay, apply. So we have here this one. Let's open also OpenFOAM. We have it here. Okay, so actually let's rename here also. Let's say that this is OpenFOAM. Let me split the screen here, so hopefully you know how to do that. Now just pay attention. I want to visualize OpenFOAM here. In this one you see the frame, the blue frame. Okay, it is active. I don't want to visualize that. I want to link the view, so right click, link camera, click here. And if you want to unlink at any time, here you have manage link and just remove it. Okay, so we have the solution. So let's put here pressure, absolute pressure, and here also I think we have the absolute pressure, the P-mean. I didn't compute the statistic in Fluent, but you can do it with no problem. And let me go here. So let's fix the scales. So, and let's say here 32, 50 to 32, and 50 to 32. So any difference that we'll see here will be mainly due to the boundary conditions. Recall that that is an issue. It's difficult to match both software, but you can try it your own later. The thing that we want to do, so let me go here, extract here, and let's get the aircraft surface. And let me get also the volume that I would like to compute the Q criterion there. I don't want to see here. And let's do the same with OpenFOAM that we have it here. So let me get the whole aircraft. There you go. And let me get the internal mesh. So see here that internal mesh is called an OpenFOAM internal mesh. Here is called Fluid 1. So that's yes, how this also works. So okay, at this point let me zoom in, and yeah, we have OpenFOAM 55. So let's use any scales, and for some reason I changed it 50 to 32, and let's put it here 50 to 32 here. So remember that this is relative pressure in function with atmospheric that we define. We need to use absolute. And there you go, be careful about that. and we say 50 and 32. And there you go. So by looking at pleasure, very similar, okay, not big problems. As I say here, the main difference will be the condition, the outlet, but for the rest, we see similar behavior. Look at the forces, from the quantitative point of view. Okay, they are similar. Yeah, there you go. So at this point, let's plot. Okay, you have everything. Let's plot. Actually, let me put this and this. Okay, because to be sure that we have that we don't have the surface with this. Okay, where I'm looking, I got lost a little bit here. Okay, so let me take a look at this one. Surface with edges. Okay, yes. So maybe I got confused. Okay, so say that in basic, no boundary layer there. We didn't put it here. So now, there you go. There you go. And let me go here. So this is Fluent. And let's take a look at Q criterion. So recall that Fluent and basic, for some reason, you're gonna get the Q criterion, but let me go here and let's do it for OpenFOAM. So we have Q criterion here, and let's use a value of 200 to plot it. And there you go. So solid color, and this is your Q criterion. So let's get the Q criterion for this solution. So we don't have it from Fluent, but we can compute it in Paraview. So remember that you have here the gradient filter, give the velocity vector, and then here you enable Q criterion. You're going to get it there. So from this one, I want to use Q criterion, and let me put here 200 as well. And there you go. So both solutions. So this will be Fluent, OpenFOAM, and to make sources, let's go. Let's put here to show you text. I want Fluent. Okay, and this one sources and text OpenFOAM to avoid problems. Okay, so there you go. So very similar. Okay, and no issue. So the main issue, as I mentioned, is to get the good matching now between for the boundary conditions that I put here. So kind of in OpenFOAM I force it, in Fluent you need to get the right logic. But this is it. Okay, nothing to object. And now let's compare. Let's add now the Fluent Viscous solution. So let me do it like this. Render window, and here remember that you go here, you can do view, equalize view horizontally. So we have here Fluent, OpenFOAM. Okay, and here let's read Fluent Viscous CPU. Okay, so Viscous, and here we have in cast CPU. And let's do the same. So let me right click, link with this one. So now everything is linked, and we start to do exactly the same here. So let me get the aircraft. There you go. To be sure about something, surface with edges. Okay, so it says that for that one, I didn't put the boundary layer. So the CPU, and let me check the GPU, open GPU in CAS. Okay, so don't see this. Okay, so I forgot to add to get the boundary layer mesh, but remember that you have it here. So you can get it from, you convert this mesh and you put it in Fluent. Okay, that is not a problem. Probably I will update the compressed, the training material, and we'll add that, but it's not an issue. Okay, so I have it here. So the aircraft, so let's plot here pressure and 55, 32, so you have to be absolute pressure. Here you go. You go 50 to 32, and fantastic. Okay, let me hide now this contour also, and there you go. So, and let me add here also sources and text. This will be Fluent Viscous CPU. Apply, and there you go. For some reason updated now I don't know why that 50 32, but probably I know this. Just disable data, and there you go. So very similar. At this point, let me do the Q criterion, and not here, but I want it here. And now here we have it. Now the raw Q criterion 200. Put it so the color, and we can go here and here. So there you go. So the Viscous solution, as you can expect, will be a different behavior now that you have the turbulence model, everything, all the strain rate, everything, now viscosity involved. There will be now some differences, but pretty much same behavior. We have all the vortices and so on. So now let's compare with the GPU. Okay, so let me close here, let me split here, and will be this GPU. Okay, and sources, text, let's say that this is Fluent Viscous GPU, and there you go. So let me link with this one, and it's this one here. It's getting a little bit messy, the pipeline, I mean. Okay, there you go. I don't want to here, I want to see that here, and I don't want to see that. I want to see the absolute pressure, which is okay, and fantastic. Let me say this. So now compare Viscous CPU, Viscous GPU, pretty much the same solution. Probably there will be small differences somewhere, but pretty much same behavior. Then here GPU, let me set it here, GPU, extract fluid, and at this point let me put this raw Q criterion 200, and here also want to see this, and there you go. CPU, GPU. Okay, so as you see, there are some slight differences, but pretty much in overall you have the same global behavior. Then also we can go, let me here we have the surface, and remember oh, I didn't save the Y. Okay, yeah, I have the Y plus, and here also in this one here I have the Y plus. There you go. Don't show this. So there you go, we have our measure. So the Y plus will go very high here, somewhere there, very high values. Yeah, I forgot to use the Fluent the mesh with the boundary layer. You can get the one from OpenFOAM, and actually now that let's do it that I have time, just to show you, you know. So you go here, okay, YF17, and let me go is from BL. So convert the original mesh. After that conversion, it will add the inflation layer, and you can read, you get the mesh in OpenFOAM, then you convert it to Fluent, and then just bring it to Fluent and do the setup, and pretty much that's it. Actually, let me do it here, and then I will add the boundary. Probably is already there. Viscous. No, it's not there. I didn't put it for I forgot it. So yeah, I will update that. You will get the file, the mesh, the boundary layers. So FOAM 3D, FOAM mesh to Fluent latest time. Okay, from mesh to, so okay, now let me go better. Let me go a couple of it. Let me run there. It will move the mesh, get the single mesh. Okay, stop it. FOAM. Okay, FOAM mesh to Fluent. Okay, it will start to do the conversion, and while it's doing that, let me go here. I will launch Fluent. Okay, you have this Fluent interface, and there you go, the MSH file, the original mesh, and I will put it here also. Let me go Viscous start. So actually, my update will be, you will find here no BL and BL. So you can compare also now the Y plus and everything. Read mesh and go to the legacy format. Let me catalog. Okay, let me go here. Catalog check mesh. It's always a good idea to do a sanity check, the dimensions. Sometimes doing that conversion. Okay, you have the right dimensions. And if you go here, let me go. I only want the symmetry. Let's go straight intake, horizontal exhaust, vertical, and win. Okay, so we have there, and now let me visualize the edges and that, and there you go. Now you have your boundary layer there. So yeah, I forgot that. Probably in my mind, we're thinking about having that subdivision BL, no BL. So all the results that you see here are with no BL, with no prismatic layer. I will rerun and add the BL results so you can do the comparison, the Y plus stuff, and so on. Okay, but that's all. Okay, I think we covered a lot. And yeah, I had a blast. No, I have to say, a nice case. So hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next CFD cookie. Bye.